And I ask the gentlelady to yield for a question.
Gentleman's recognized. It's not my time.
I ask you to yield.
I have reserved. You're free to speak.
Yes, I'm asking if you'll yield for a question.
Sure. Ask your question.
What funds in this bill are used for the purposes you are opposed to?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear the gentleman. I was getting clarification. This is precautionary.
Precautionary for what? I'm asking.
There are sanctuary city policies.
Yes, I understand. I understand what
that are in place that are allowing the refuge of illegal aliens in these cities, and there is an influx in crime and drugs.
I understand
in these cities, and there's no way for these folks to even report what is taking place because they are protected under this fake policy that has been created that is subduing the actual rule of law that we have in the Constitution of the United States.
Funds, right? I understand that. But what you've said is none of the funds in this bill can be spent for that objective.
And that is precautionary.
What funds are in this bill to be spent for that objective?
I have seen this administration use all sorts of funds to protect illegal aliens. And this
reclaiming my time, Ms.
to ensure that it will not be.
Reclaiming my time. There are no funds in this bill to do that. So this is just an opportunity for you to stand and perhaps speak about an important subject. I understand that, but there are no funds in this bill to accomplish that objective. You don't believe the chairman would put funds in to accomplish that objective, do you?
That was Democratic Congressmember Steny Hoyer calling out Lauren Boebert, MAGA Republican, for her performative actions, whining about things that have nothing to do with the bill being debated and exposing that she's just seeking attention. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. What is so interesting about that debate is I think it just demonstrates the difference between modern day Democrats and modern day Republicans, which are full-fledged MAGA. At the end of the day, we could disagree about things, but let's at least address the facts and not just have these performative, speeches that are purely intended to divide the country. And there you have Steny Hoyer, the Democrat, just saying, do you know what you're even talking about here? And Lauren Boebert had no clue at all what she was even talking about, what the bill was even about. And to me, that shouldn't be a political party thing. That's why it's such a shame that this is what has become of the Republican Party. Here, by the way, is Steny Hoyer responding to another MAGA Republican who's saying that we need to be tough on Putin. And then Steny Hoyer says, okay, well, if you want to be tough on Putin, why are you supporting Donald Trump, who's Putin's buddy? Play the clip.
My amendment is an important step toward this goal. If you want to get tough on Putin, stop his energy exports. I urge my colleagues to support this measure and bring energy dominance back to the United States. I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman's time has expired. Gentleman in opposition.
Oh, yeah. Claim time. And
gentleman's recognized.
If you want to get tough on Putin, don't elect one of his friends president of the United States.
Here is Democratic Congressmember Eric Swalwell calling out MAGA Republican Jim Jordan and saying, this is what Congressmember Swalwell put on his Twitter account. He said, I'm happy to be Jim Jordan's online accountability partner, because one of the things that MAGA Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, was promoting was an app called Covenant Eyes, where accountability partners are given to conduct surveillance on people's social media that they're friends with to ensure they're not looking at sinful conduct. It's the MAGA Republican Party has become, oh, by the way, MAGA Mike doesn't have a checking account or a savings account, and said it's because he's of limited means. He makes around $200,000 a year. Anyway, take a look at Democratic Congressmember Eric Swalwell here. Just take Jim Jordan apart. Play the clip.
So what I'm concerned about is that we have anti-Semitic posts coming from this committee. And last October, the chairman tweeted out on October 6th, Kanye, Elon, Trump. Those 5 statements that I just read to you were from Kanye West, who had made a number of anti-Semitic statements before this tweet was put up, and then made the DEFCON statement about a day after the tweet was put up. I, the chairman at the time, Chairman Nadler, many people in the Jewish community asked the chairman, Chairman Jordan, to take this down. And it wasn't just members of Congress. It was nonpartisan Jewish organizations who said, Kanye West is anti-Semitic. I don't know what you're doing, but please do not give him a platform by leaving this tweet up. It stayed up for months. Defiantly, the chairman kept this tweet up. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to be just today your accountability partner, your online accountability partner, and just go through your social media. Because if we're going to have a hearing about anti-Semitism, we can't allow a tweet like this to be posted on our side or your side. In 2019, Chairman Jordan also tweeted at Tom Steyer and used the $ for Steyer to spell his name. Again, known Jewish philanthropist playing into what Ms. Burdett mentioned earlier, tropes about Jewish people and money. So this committee should have a conversation and a hearing about anti-Semitism. But I would first insist that the chairman, I don't know why he put this tweet up. Either he believes it, which I hope is not the case, or he just wanted to own the libs. And if that's what you're doing, you're hurting a lot of people by keeping that tweet up for so long, especially knowing what it represents. And if we're talking about being your online accountability partner, Chairman, you still have a subpoena in your inbox that's about 500 days old. And with that, I'll yield back.
And you compare Congressmember Swalwell to, this is MAGA Republican Matt Gaetz. Here, Matt Gaetz cites Austin Powers. Again, just not serious people. I don't know if he thinks this is funny. This is like a shtick. He's doing a not funny stand-up routine. Here, play this clip.
We now recognize the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Gaetz.
I want Israel to win and Hamas to lose, but this is not an Armed Services Committee hearing about the military. It's a judiciary hearing about speech. And in that vein, I am reminded of the great words of the philosopher Austin Powers, who said, there's only two things I can't stand: people who are intolerant of other people and the Dutch.
Full stop. It is so important to have a good memory. Losing your keys, forgetting something at work, it sucks. Our sponsor Neurohacker combines 28 of the most research-backed nootropic ingredients on Earth into the ultimate brain fuel formula, Qualia Mind. And it's been changing people's lives for years now. The formula is non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, and the ingredients are meant to complement one another, factoring in each ingredient's effect on supporting mental clarity. It's also backed by a 100-day money-back guarantee, so you have almost 3 months to try Qualia Mind at no financial risk and decide for yourself. Since taking Qualia Mind, I've been more focused on tasks, have a better memory, and have greatly increased my motivation and discipline to just get things done. See what the best brain fuel formula on Earth can do for your mindset. Go to neurohacker.com/Meidas for up to $100 off Qualia Mind. And as a listener of the MeidasTouch podcast, use code Meidas at checkout for an additional 15% off any purchase. That's neurohacker.com/Meidas and use code Meidas for an additional 15% off to experience life-changing mental performance from Qualia Mind.
Oh, and by the way, one of the things that the MAGA Republicans started to do on Wednesday, after everything that they knew about the November 7th election, is they started talking about national abortion bans that they want to pass, because otherwise states would enact referendums to codify a woman's right to choose, like issue 1 in Ohio. The MAGA Republicans in Congress want to avoid that by imposing a national abortion ban. Play this clip.
And some members actually calling for federal action on abortion to force Republicans to talk about a federal legislation. That's what J.D. Vance, who comes from the state of Ohio, the senator from that state, after seeing voters there constitutionalize abortion rights, saying that Congress should act.
Great speech on the floor by Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries. Play the clip.
For everyday Americans, House Democrats are all about putting people over politics, fighting for things like lower costs, growing the middle class, safer communities, things that will make a difference, solve problems in the lives of everyday Americans. And part of the challenge that we faced is that the extreme MAGA Republican agenda continues to be focused on the wrong things. Extreme MAGA Republican agenda focused on defaulting on America's debt, shutting down the government, crashing the economy, criminalizing reproductive freedom, cutting Social Security and Medicare, impeaching President Biden, and doing nothing to deal with affordability issues or improving the quality of life of everyday Americans. That's a shame. And so, yes, we're going to continue to oppose Republican efforts to criminalize abortion care now, tomorrow, next month, next year, and forever, until this effort to take away reproductive freedom is buried in the ground, never to rise again. I yield back.
Here is MAGA Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene attacking Republicans. Play this clip.
Republican voters across the country are sick and tired of Republicans because they never do anything. Republicans go out on the campaign trail and go on TV and do their 5-minute hearing videos and post up on social media and say all this garbage. I feel like many of the American people that think that Republicans in Congress completely fail them. I feel the same way, and I'm a Republican member of Congress.
No, and here's the thing. These MAGAs are not Republicans anymore. I mean, by the way, I'm not sure if you saw this, but, Donald Trump started attacking all of the other Republicans. He calls them the axis of idiots. He went after DeSantis and McConnell, says they're the axis of idiots, and blamed them why Republicans got destroyed on the November 7th elections, when it's actually him. People are rejecting his extremism right there. And then I showed you that clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let me show you this clip right here. I haven't shown a clip of Democratic Congress member Mike Quigley yet. So welcome to the MeidasTouch podcast, Congress member Quigley. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'm not even going to show the clip. It's so horrible. Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced an amendment to remove the salary of Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg because he's gay. How horrible can you be as a human being to do such a thing? And here, Mike Quigley explained that Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced an amendment to lower Secretary of Pete Buttigieg's salary to $1 because she doesn't like that he's gay. It's homophobia and a waste of Congress's time. We should be addressing issues Americans care about, not trying to score political points. Play this clip.
I'm not sure whether this argument is worthy of the dignity of this House, that people who take the highest level of government function, cabinet level positions, and again, you can disagree with them, Mr. Chairman, all you want, but to make this so personal and take their orientation to task because you personally don't like the other people or their orientation when it's absolutely none of your business, where has the Republican Party gone? Where has it come from a party that said, we're going to let people live their lives. We're not going to intrude on them at all. We're going to let them live personally. And the worst thing government can do is inflict their own beliefs upon them. It's exactly what the toxic atmosphere of language like we just heard is all about.
When I watch the clip of Steny Hoyer and Hakeem Jeffries and Mike Quigley and Congressmember Eric Swalwell, what I think and then I compare it to like Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz. The way I think about it, I'd love to hear how you think about it. I think about if I was going to have a dinner party at my house, who would I want at the table? And the point of it is who do we want to just like hang out with and to especially when we're empowering them to make decisions over us, but like when we're with these people, like I don't want extremists saying hateful things and weird things and mean things and bullying. Like, what is that? Like, what is that? And I truly feel that November 7th, America, by and large, was just like, yeah, like, that's not what our country is. We're not Marjorie Taylor Greene. We're not Lauren Boebert. We're not Donald Trump. And I'll just play you this last clip, even though it's not on the House floor. Here's Donald Trump, a recording of him saying that he will pardon all January 6th insurrectionists. Play this clip.
There'd be a lot of pardons and commutations of people that you think were treated unfairly, J6 defendants, January 6 defendants under an administration, your administration?
Yes, absolutely.
So there you have it, folks. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. But I feel momentum. I really do. I feel that America's sick and tired of MAGA extremism. I really do. Tell me what you think. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers. And make sure you subscribe also to patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Have a great day.
Hey Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.